Your day of judgment will arrive. Hello everybody and welcome back to this AI battle. The last one I'm going to be casting in English, and this time around we have all tier 4 lords from my modpack Legends of the Orient. We have Saladin, Wolf, the Inquisitor and Bear, who are going to fight for victory in this free-for-all battle. And once again, I'm going to try to tell you everything about my own AIs, Bear and Inquisitor, but obviously as well about Saladin and Wolf, since these as well are my own versions, how I always imagined them to be. And yeah, once again, 4K starting gold on Mayhem, and we're gonna head right into it. I'm going to reduce the game speed once again, and we are going to have a look at Bear. I don't really think he's going to go down very early in this match, since most AIs, most tier 4 AIs aren't very aggressive. Wolf is somewhat fast, but not really. Saladin is very slow, just like the Bear, and Inquisitor is the only one you could consider to be somewhat aggressive. He's designed to be a glass cannon, just like Richard basically, but yeah, just a tier higher. Still, I'm going to talk about Bear first, since this was my very first AI. No other AI did have as many reworks as this fella. I don't really know how many versions of him I had during the development of my mod pack, but there were quite a few. And yeah, this final version still has all the characteristics the initial Bear had. I initially designed Bear to join the first AI tournament, and yeah, as I said, since then a lot changed. I learned a lot about AIs and how to design them properly, you could say, and yeah, that's why Bear was, apart from the Snail, who was my second AI, the one with most changes. Yeah, his story is very basic, very simple. He was the apprentice of the Wolf. He once was the son of a simple woodcutter, always showcased in these castles by a single AIV woodcutter. I don't know if this is the AIV woodcutter or a freely placed one. Not sure, but looks like a freely placed one. I wouldn't position this hut as closely to this woodcutter, so yeah. But still, he will build one eventually, and yeah, this is supposed to showcase that he once was the son of a woodcutter. At this point, having AIV woodcutters isn't anything special anymore for my AIs. A lot of AIs have these. Saladin, for example, has quite a bit more than Bear, but yeah, initially when I designed Bear, he was the only one who had this, and yeah, he still has it. It's not very special, but still something to mention. And yeah, he was the son of a woodcutter, and one day he returned home from the woods and found his family dead, murdered by a wild bear who walked into a trap. He took his axe, killed the bear, and yeah, since then is carrying the bear's fur around his shoulders. And yeah, this is where he got his name from. He then joined the Wolf's army, since this was the Duke who was reigning the lands the young bear was living in. And yeah, very fastly climbed the ranks since he was very strong, and at some point decided to walk his own path, basically, since he recognized that his master was somewhat brutal, somewhat relentless, and didn't want to walk in his footsteps, and so decided to walk his own path. He came to the Holy Lands searching for pursuing happiness, basically, you could say. And he's a very, very simple character. He uses only the best troops, swordsmen and crossbowmen, and this is not entirely true, since he does use some pikemen to dig enemy mode. Since pikemen are the best unit to dig enemy mode, I decided it's fine if he buys them. He does not produce any pikes, he buys them, and he's recruiting his troops very slowly, recruit interval 2, and thus taking very long to launch his first attack. Even more so since he's the AI who takes longest to build his barracks. This is supposed to showcase the break bears are taking during the winter. He takes very long to get back up from his nap, basically. And it takes an eternity for him to build his barracks. And he's very vulnerable to early attacks, early raids. Even a rat is very easily able to kill him in a 1v1 situation, since he as well only is starting with swordsmen. So no crossbowmen, no archers to defend against slaves who are raiding his lands, or spearmen, anything. And he takes a long time to get up. And he's only using Tower 4. To be honest, Tower 5 obviously would be better. They have 2k life points. These towers only have, I'm not even sure, 1.6k, I think. Round towers would be quite a bit better. But in my pack, Arabic AIs, only Arabian AIs use round towers, Tower 1 and Tower 5, and that's why I decided to give him Tower 4 only. He's also building one religion building, the cathedral. It's again the best. He uses bread economy because it's the best economy. And only swordsmen, only crossbowmen. There are his barracks. Now he can start to recruit some crossbowmen. He's only buying his leather armors. Again, not producing them, since he's he is not in that much need of them, since he is using them to defend his castle mainly. He uses a few crossbowmen when attacking, but only 20 at a time, so they are not as important, and it's more important for him to forge his armors, since they are much more expensive. So he doesn't care to buy a few leather armors every here and there. And I think that's basically it. He does use ale 4 ins, so maximum bonus for his popularity, and is very strong when it comes to defending his castles. Very thick walls, can tank catapults easily. Trebuchets, they're another story, but still very, very tanky. His castles are very simple though. Pig, for example, doesn't struggle at all to break through, since Pig's 6 battering rams don't struggle to get these gatehouses down and breach the walls. So yeah, very simple castles, but very strong. He uses a few trebuchets to defend his castles. They can be absolutely devastating when it comes to close combat, but usually I try to, not to have AI battles in which AIs can fire at each other just from their castles. I think that's basically it. I guess I will be coming back to him at some point, since this battle might take a while. Let's have a look at Wolf next, since he's the master of the bear. Obviously my first AI had to be connected to the coolest AI in the base game, which obviously always has been Wolf. My Wolf is supposed to be very versatile. He's an all-rounder, you could say. When starting a match, he does everything to some degree. He's recruiting some attacking troops, some defenders, digging his moats, building some economy. So he's all round. I would say he's the strongest AI in my pack. He does struggle against Bear, for example, since Bear's troop quality just is above what Wolf has to offer. Still, it's pretty close, I would say, in a 1v1 situation. But Wolf, since he's not as slow when it comes to building his castle, he's much safer against early raids, against early attacks, and can withstand quite easily in these situations. So again, all in all, I would argue Wolf is the strongest AI in the pack, since he manages to survive compared to other AIs most situations. Wolf is I'm not even sure if my Wolf is using any troops. The vanilla version didn't. I don't think so. Ah, yes, he is. Arabian Archers. He did have these in his ARVs, in his castles, even in the vanilla base game, but was never recruiting them since they weren't mentioned in his AI character document. So he wasn't using them, and did struggle to enlighten his pitch fields. Enlighten them. That was stupid, but I think you know what I'm trying to say. And his castles always have his castles are the strongest in the whole game. He uses basically everything: mangonels, ballistas, moat, pitch, how are they called again? With the spikes, you know. These holes, dog cages, which aren't really useful, but still he's using them. They also are a nice fit to his character. Wolf should be using dogs, I think. And I'm always watching Inquisitor up here, since I think he should be attacking soon. Yeah, a lot of troops already, but didn't attack until now, did he? Don't think so. And by the way, Bear, target choice closest, target choice player. He's a very honorable AI, you could argue, and since in the late game usually the player is the strongest opponent, I chose to give him player as target choice. In AI battle situations, this comes down to closest, so he will always attack the closest enemy. I think this should be Wolf. Not even sure right now. But yeah, should be Wolf. And yeah, Wolf's castles are the strongest all in all. These double layers, they, especially against AIs, they are very, very strong. As a player, you obviously would choose to walk around the castle and take this gatehouse down, since it offers an immediate path to the Lord. But yeah, AIs would try to surround the castle and trying to get all the towers down, all the gatehouses, and so on. And this usually takes ages, and that's why, Wolf in AI battle situations tends to be very, very strong. Also, we are already witnessing the first double attack, I think. Inquisitor is leaving his castle together with Wolf. This is strange. Usually Inquisitor should be a lot faster than Wolf, since he's able to recruit these very, very cheap monks. But I don't know what took him so long in this situation. This might be trouble for Bear, although I don't really think so. He already has his crossbowmen up, his mangonels, ballistas, all of them are defending his castle walls, and Wolf and Inquisitor will attack each other, so yeah, this will make the defense even easier for Bear. Who, by the way, also uses apothecaries. They are just very nice to get the Lord health back up. And he's using knights. Again, the best troops, the best sortie troops. They will leave the castle and deal with any trouble that is pestering his lands, you could say. Although they might be just running into their death here. Not much to gain against the Wolf's army, although it is a small army. Oh, he's killing some of them. Oh, even Saladin is joining. He also has target choice closest, so he will always be attacking Bear, which should mean that Bear will actually also attack Saladin, who is a pretty strong counter against Bear. And all three of them hitting Bear in the early game. That's mean, you could say. But yeah, I do think he should be able to pretty easily hold them off and fight them off. Although they are not... Yeah, he's recruiting even more defenders, getting them up the walls, and should, as I said, should be able to defend this. So back to Wolf. Not even sure if I'm missing out on anything. Oh yeah, that's very special about him, or not really very special, but it should be mentioned. He's using 3 armories, just like Richard and Hyena. He's recruiting many troops, so he has a lot of weapons, so he can make use of these armories pretty easily. Much easier, for example, than Richard, who often struggles to fill his 3 armories, since Richard is only is using less weapons, no leather armors, no crossbows, and therefore has to collect more weapons of each kind. So Wolf gets these filled pretty easily, even more so since he's using negative fear factor, which he doesn't have for now. But this allows him to recruit his army back up pretty fast after he failed to kill an opponent. And again, makes him very resilient against counterattacks, or more resilient than other AIs, like Bear, for example. The Inquisitor's siege tower is still standing, but these swordsmen are so very slow, and most likely are not even able to reach this siege tower. And Bear should climb these statistics pretty fast. Now he's leading them, since all of the other lords lost quite a bit of their troops. And now I mean, the game is considering these units to be the best in the game. That's why I chose to give him the best units. The best isn't entirely true, one could argue, since pikemen are just much more versatile, for example, and you could argue that's a lot better than damage, but still, the game is considering these units to be the strongest. That's much more fitting, the strongest units, and yeah, that's why he has them. Another detail, Bear has the strongest Lord in the mod pack, 1.5 Lord strength. For Wolf, for example, it's 1.3, since he's, yeah, a veteran for sure, but pretty old. I think he's considered to be like 50 years old, 55, not even sure. And yeah, he does use everything to some degree. Again, he has religion. He will be building a church, no cathedral, but a church and a few chapels. He's using ale again, quite a bit of weapon productions. Yeah. Everything else. He does use 8 iron mines, 3 quarries. Oh yeah, that's special about the Bear. Totally forgot. His economy, just like the pig's economy, relies heavily on stone, since this again is a very, very strong economy branch. In vanilla, to sell stone just, yeah, is very profitable. And that's why he uses 10 additional ox tethers. Pig is using 6, Bear is using 10 of them, and building up to 5 quarries. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. It's not like he'll be getting any stone from this one. Oh, he did even build 3 ox tethers around this quarry. Yeah. To no avail, but okay. Saladin dealt with the problem for him. Maybe he'll just rebuild it instantly. Not sure. Or choose another place. No. Staying with this one. Bad decision, but nevertheless. And yeah, Wolf is not attacked by Inquisitor, but these are the Inquisitor's raiding catapults. He uses up to 6, I think. And yeah, I think perfect to talk about the Inquisitor. Again, one of my own AIs. And yeah, the Inquisitor is connected to the rat, which is shown by his hier, Käsereien-Gedöns. Dairy farms. That's what I meant. He's only using dairy farms. He does have -5 fear factor, which is very fitting for an Inquisitor, in my opinion. You can see all these religious fear factor buildings around his castle. A very cruel lord. So these dairy farms do produce quite a bit more than they usually would. Still, they suck. They suck ass. So that's one of the main reasons why the Inquisitor tends to feel like a glass cannon, just like Richard. Because if he's in second row and able to attack enemies without being attacked himself, he's very, very powerful. He will scale his armies faster than any other AI. Attack force base 120, which is obviously which he's obviously able to do because of his very, very cheap monks. And yeah, he'll scale very, very fast. But once he gets attacked, yeah, he struggles a lot because his economy is very, very vulnerable. He's not... Oh, he is able to stack up quite a few of cheese. But yeah, still, once he gets attacked, this drains very, very fast. The longer the siege takes, the more devastating. And yeah, then he's struggling with his popularity quite a bit. He does use ale plus religion, more religion buildings than anyone else. Cathedral, church, and a lot of chapels. But yeah, still. His castles also look very, very strong, but actually are pretty weak. First of all, there's always this connection to the keep. So he has a huge weakness against siege towers, which is funny since he's using them himself. He's using 2 of them, actually. So he is the tier 4 AI who's using siege towers. As I said in an earlier video, yeah, I have 1 AI at every tier who's using siege turrets, and yeah, for the tier 4 AIs, it's the Inquisitor. But still, yeah, he's very weak against them because he has this connection to the keep, and he also has a very weak Lord. I think Red has the weakest Lord. For Red it's 0.5. Inquisitor, since he's supposed to be a very, very old man, he has 0.7. So still, he basically falls immediately. Can we have a look at his health bar here? Not quite, but maybe you are able to see these yellow dots who are, yeah, showcasing that he's weaker than usually. Bear is actually attacking Wolf. Target choice closest? Attacking the Wolf? Target choice closest, attacking Bear. This is strange. I think here's... there might be a castle where the keep is moved. Maybe the Wolf? Not sure. ARV number 2 for him. All of them are attacking the Wolf right now. He's considered to be the weakest, actually. And yeah, Inquisitor is choosing him as his target. Bear, obviously, as well. But no, yeah, Saladin is trying to counter the Bear, who's not home right now. Moved his army in front of his old master's walls, but yeah, I don't think he'll be able to do much damage here. Inquisitor, he did do quite some damage, although I think these might have been the raid catapults. Yeah, they are firing from the back. Siege turret moving to the front, but the walls are already destroyed quite a bit, so I don't think these castle tiles are still pathable for the units. As you can see, no one is considering this siege turret to climb up the walls, although there usually is an immediate connection as well. Although they would have to walk quite a bit. The staircase is here, so yeah, would take them some time, but still. But yeah, since the Inquisitor destroyed these walls, Wolf should be able to hold his units off pretty easily. Yeah, so I think I already told a lot about the Inquisitor, how he works in the game. His story, yeah, he once was a simple abbot in the lands of Depus when the Red came to power, since the Red's whole family died in an ship accident. If you remember the Red's story from Stronghold 1, the lands fell into chaos since, the Red wasn't able to manage them. And even worse than a brutal leader is a leader who's not capable of leading. And that applied to the Red. And the Inquisitor, made use of these circumstances and gathered a few people around him, dealing with all the problems the Red wasn't able to, with a lot of bandits and so on. And that's why the Inquisitor's group grew quite quickly, and he was able to gain a lot of power, and at some point, sent from Church Council into the Holy Lands to, obviously bring peace and wealth to the people. the stupid infidels. That's his mission. And yeah, I think that's everything I can tell you about the Inquisitor. I'm pretty sure there will be more details I'll be remembering as this fight goes on. But yeah, for now, 1 AI left. Saladin, obviously, yeah, also a very important AI of the base game. He always was I think, considered to be the counterpart of the Wolf. He had +5 fear factor in the base game. In my version, he's neutral. And yeah, was always considered to be the counterpart of the Wolf. Always was much weaker than the Wolf. In my case, he's not that much weaker as he was in vanilla, I suppose. But still, I wanted to keep this balance from the base game, basically. And yeah, he's the AI who's using horse archers more than any other AI. 220 of them are his patrol units, meaning they are patrolling the castle and can be absolutely devastating. They are one reason why Saladin is to be considered a counterpart for the bear, because yeah, they usually are enough to clear the bear's walls and just do a lot of economy damage. Against the Wolf, this usually doesn't work at all, since Wolf has these pitch fields in front of his castle, and they are, since he's a very smart veteran, you know, he managed to place them so patrol units usually pass through them. And yeah, in Saladin's case, he burns several thousand gold from 1 second to another. And yeah, a lot of horses just die. And yeah, that's why Wolf is to be considered a counter for Saladin. Still, Saladin, yeah, I tried to make his castle somewhat more elegant. I think in the base game they were very rectangular and very... There were a few interesting ones, but for the most part, I think they were pretty boring. And I tried to, yeah, give him, again, a few, yeah, more round shapes. As I already mentioned in previous battles, I like my Arabian AIs to use somewhat round shapes, since, again, I said this many times at this point, in the base game they did always have these round turrets, these round towers, and yeah, that's how I feel they should look in this game. I think historically this doesn't make any sense at all. I think European castles had round towers, and Arabian ones usually had here these Tower 4 type towers. But yeah, for this game, I think it's fine to keep this, and yeah, like this, they just feel more vanilla for me. And I did not keep them for no reason. I like these first 8 AIs, so I wanted to feel them right. You could say. Saladin is always using... these are the bear's quarries. Saladin is always using a double bread economy, meaning at least 16 bakeries, 2 mills, producing non-stop. And thus, all in all, he does have the most powerful economy. To some degree, Inquisitor's economy is more powerful, because yeah, he is using 1 house more than any other lord, 14. Every other tier 4 lord is only using 13. Yeah, he needs the additional house. Wouldn't be working otherwise. But yeah. He does have that -5 fear factor, and therefore, yeah, if he's able to attack from second row, not being attacked himself, he can be able to out-eco Saladin, but Eco's economy just is a lot more stable. So that's why it could be considered the strongest one all in all. Because, yeah, Red economy just is very powerful and he is using more bakeries than any other lord. Bear is actually the only European AI in my pack. Oh, that's not even true. Snail is also using bakeries. Okay, never mind. Saladin again launching an attack against Bear. Bear trying to hold the army off with his sortie knights. Obviously failing to do so, but still these horse archers just aren't enough. Should be shot down pretty easily at this point. Once, yeah, Saladin achieves all 220 of them, is able to recruit all 220 of them, he should be able to clear the Bear's castle, but at this point his best chance is to burn his castle down, maybe. But again, don't think his armies are big enough. Saladin is using spearmen, as you can see. He's using them as digging units. They still suck, obviously. They are spearmen. They are running at this point, which makes them quite a bit more useful. Also, tanking 2 crossbow bolts, still they suck. But still, they are better than slaves. So, yeah, Saladin is the only Arabian AI who's using them instead of slaves. So, a slight upgrade, but an upgrade nevertheless. And also, he's using them to some degree in his main army. Since they will always be running, they, yeah, can trigger these traps, and the much more expensive Arabian swordsmen have a higher chance to reach the castle walls. Obviously against crossbowmen, although I'm using UCP settings, they're tanking 5 bolts instead of 3. Still, 5 bolts feels like paper, basically. They are shot down so fast. Yeah, at this point, Saladin's army just not big enough. He does always have one church, since he historically, if you're thinking about the Treaty of Jafar, he's there was the illusion maybe that he was leaning towards European culture a bit more than other lords. He, yeah, was a politician, you could say, and if he thought he might get an advantage from stuff like this, he would choose to do so. So yeah, this church is fine for him, and yeah, a slight bonus against again for his popularity. Apart from that, his castles can be pretty tanky. They don't have double layers like Wolf's castles, for example, but he does have this inward towers. And since he's using fire throwers, they can be absolutely deadly, absolutely devastating against units who breached the castle walls. If you're imagining this gatehouse, for example, being breached, all the units will choose to path alongside this tower, and yeah, if there would be a fire thrower, which isn't, I think, you can never count on the AI to do as yeah, the AI is supposed to, but yeah, can be very devastating. Let's put it like this. As you can see, Inquisitor, I think he was aiming to attack someone else since he chose to path, so weird. But yeah, Saladin launched an attack against Bear, obviously failed, and now he's yeah, considered the weakest. Yes, obviously. A lot of gold, but not that many troops, so Inquisitor and Wolf will be attacking him. By the way, Inquisitor, in the English version, supposed to be a German fella, Johann Schadland. In the German version, he's supposed to be French, Le Bougre. Both of them were real Inquisitors. I picked the names from real Inquisitors, but felt like in English language, German fellas usually fit the antagonist role much better than French ones. Maybe that's not true, but nevertheless, he does have a German accent. We will be hearing that at least at some point, I would say. Oh, Inquisitors and Wolves armies are already slicing each other down in front of Saladin's castle. Still, his castle does take quite some damage. Inquisitor does have more troops at this point. I think Inquisitor is the only AI who hasn't been attacked at this point. And he probably won't, since Saladin will always be attacking Bear. And Wolf is the only... And Bear will always be attacking Wolf. So Wolf is the only AI who even has a chance to attack Inquisitor. Which actually might be enough. As I said, these castles look very, very strong, but actually aren't at all. He's only using 1 Tower 4 for each castle. So only 1 ballista defending against all these siege engines. Against all these harassing siege engines. So yeah, once this tower goes down... against catapults in general, they destroy these Tower 3 so fast that even so these castles look these castle walls look very thick, they usually get breached pretty fast once this tower is down. There's 1 single layer left, so yeah, as I said, it looks strong, it actually isn't at all. He really is a glass cannon. Okay, only 4 chapels for this one? That's weird. No, 5. Okay, didn't see that one. Okay, was already wondering. That would have been strange. Usually, Inquisitor has at least 5 chapels. Saladin, not caring about the attack he had to fight off. Once again, marching against Bear, who's once again able to repel this attack pretty easily. This might again lead to him being attacked by the Inquisitor and the Wolf. Here you can see Inquisitor is starting to collect quite a bit of gold. His economy just is much more powerful than it if he's not being attacked, obviously. But in this case, much more powerful than it needs to be, since these monks are just so cheap. He's using them 50-50, 50% swordsmen, 50% monks. And the swordsmen basically are supposed to tank for the monks. The monks do a lot of damage. Obviously, that -5 fear factor leads to them doing a lot less damage than they usually should be doing. But still... the swordsmen are tanking for the monks and guiding them in front of the enemy castle walls so they can apply their damage. Inquisitor, even though Saladin was able to recruit some units back up, still, Inquisitor is choosing to attack him. His digging units, his macemen, are not able to dig through the moat. Still, there are enough places. This is something I considered for all my AIs. They should never have a full moat, since AIs just struggle so heavily with breaching enemy castles with too much moat. Inquisitor might be able to breach the castle walls at this point, but Saladin has so many troops, I don't think this should be a problem. Bear at the same time attacking Wolf, who's not attacking anyone, or is he? Oh, he is! He's joining the fight actually, using the advantage since Inquisitor already cut down so many defenders, so many towers. Wolf is aiming to use this to his advantage, but I don't think he'll be able to do so. Although these are only archers, they are able to fight these attackers off. Bear now again fighting against his old master. But he is actually hitting this gatehouse. At some point, this might be crucial for him to get through. He might... Oh, he's even able to get through right now. But Wolf, too many units, his sortie archers, they can be pretty expensive for Wolf. Since, yeah, ranged sortie troops are bugged, in case you didn't know. Yeah, the AI doesn't care which number you choose for them. At some point, the AI will always recruit up to 25 of them, and this means that they are just using a lot of gold. Even they just are costing 12 gold each. Still, if you have to pump them non-stop, since the AI will always recruit sortie units first. They still can be pretty expensive. But they also can be pretty useful to suppress an enemy. Oh, again, Saladin. Again, all his horse archers gone immediately. I think from now on he will somewhat focus on them. Oh, these poor Arabian swordsmen not even reaching the walls. Oh, Inquisitor attacking Wolf again. And Wolf leaving his castle. This is very dangerous. This is very dangerous. But to be honest, this double layer still is in pretty good shape. Oh, the siege tower is able to connect to the castle walls. And Inquisitor is able to bring his troops through this gatehouse. But they shouldn't. No, they are not enough. So Inquisitor... Oh, Wolf again attacking Saladin, but Saladin again already has his army back at the keep. Yeah, no problem for him to fight this off. All of them, right now, all of them are just scaling, basically, which, didn't want to do that. Which Inquisitor does best, and since he hasn't been attacked for now, yeah, he's doing a pretty good job. Oh, Wolf is feeling threatened by the bear who's approaching his castle walls. But this gatehouse is freshly built, so should be able to withstand these swordsmen quite some time, giving the defenders the time to shoot enough of them down. So this actually is no threat at all, not even close. Maybe if Inquisitor chooses to attack Wolf as well, since he's weakened very much right now. Saladin, yeah, again, marching against Bear. I'm already missing these, missing out on these horse archers. Never able to spot them patrolling the castle. Can't be that many. Oh yeah, Inquisitor actually is attacking Wolf, but for some reason... From the wolf. Oh, these are many troops. Wolf obviously has the advantage, stacking his troops when defending, but these are so many swordsmen. Maybe this already is enough to kill Wolf. Oh, no fire for him. Wolf already fighting, and actually Inquisitor killing the wolf. This is strange, since I told you Wolf would be, in general, the strongest AI.
No admission of guilt will spare the heretics of these countries. I will not rest until even the last lost soul burns to death. Yeah,
Inquisitor always has these very long messages. I think it's pretty fitting for him to, praise his own victory in front of his believers. And, just had a very good timing, worked together with Bear. And now, obviously, Saladin will struggle quite a bit to withstand the double pressure. Wolf will now switch his target and yeah, attack Saladin. Saladin, as I said, is a pretty good counter against Bear, since yeah, Bear's using these swordsmen only. They only have 25k health, which might sound a lot in pure numbers, but for example, pikemen have 50k health. So they are a lot better with standing fire, since fire is in most cases doing absolute damage, and yeah, not considering any armor. Armor in this case, in case of the game, doesn't really exist, but yeah, still, fire is usually doing a lot of damage against the same damage against every unit. And yeah, in case of the swordsman, this means they don't actually have that much of a health pool. And therefore, these fire throwers are pretty good counter against them. Even more so since, as I told you, yeah, now there are 2 on this tower, 1, 2 on this. This is, oh, even 1 on this one in front of the gatehouse. Yeah, any AI breaching the castle at this gatehouse, yeah, will not have a good time pushing his units up this keep. And yeah, Bear should struggle in most cases more than any other AI. Although I have to say there's only 1 fire thrower at this gatehouse. Plus Saladin is deciding to murder his his horse archers. Yeah, by sending them directly into the European swordsman of Bear, who's cutting down all of them easily. And yeah, the same rule applies for Arabian swordsmen, who suck against European swordsmen. Usually both of them do 100 damage against units, but yeah, for Arabian swordsmen they only are doing 50% of that against European swordsmen. So pretty devastating, and usually European swordsmen benefit from that quite a bit and slice them down again, just like paper. Now Saladin lost his whole army. Bear is doing quite a bit of damage, and Inquisitor is following up on that. 2 battering rams, 2 siege turrets who are not moving at this point, but these battering rams should be enough to yeah, push this gatehouse down. Now Inquisitor able to walk inside the castle. As I said, this might not be a great idea. The game is...
Maybe a change of plan is needed.
I'm letting him finish. Maybe this is not that great of an idea, since, yeah, as I told you, these fire throwers might be devastating. Let's have a look if he's able to reach this keep. Close, 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 but no. Some of them, oh, they even are reaching the Lord. He is fighting, but not getting killed. Now these macemen following up. These are raid units, I think, but they as well go down to the fire throwers. Oh, this did hurt. Oh, he actually... the Inquisitor's archers did do quite some damage, but since all of these AIs lost their armies for now, I think this is a perfect timing to, yeah, for the first speed up of the game. Let's increase the game speed and yeah, see you soon. Inquisitor again attacking Saladin, 700 men for him. Again, his siege towers aren't moving. They usually should be a pretty perfect fit to, yeah, to not be burned alive by these fire throwers. But, oh, even maybe if this trebuchet is able to hit, get this tower down, they will find a place to connect, but doesn't look like it. Again, the game struggling to... Oh! Bear is joining the fight and already breached the castle walls. Inquisitor
Maybe a change of plan is needed.
bringing his men. Oh, they might be killing each other right now. Thus, yeah, enabling Saladin to survive. Oh, this is so funny. Oh, so many swordsmen dying. Bear should be able to, yeah, he's slicing the Inquisitor's units down easily, since his swordsmen do not have that -5 fear factor. And yeah, he's pathing through the stockpile and thus able to bring his swordsmen to the enemy lord. Still, this short path was enough to bring them down to red health.
This is not my victory alone, but ours.
Ah, great. The bear, yeah, achieving his first kill, actually leading to my own creations facing off in a 1v1 battle for the throne of the desert. Oh, we're not actually playing on Desert Throne by Nevikov, but on Mayhem, my own map. Okay, nevertheless, yeah, let's have a look at who's superior in this matchup. I can tell you that usually Bear should be stronger than Inquisitor, but yeah, since Inquisitor had so much time to scale and has so much gold, he should be a huge threat, actually. If Bear would be able, in a 1v1 situation, to yeah, attack again and again and again, as I mentioned earlier, the economy of Inquisitor would be weakened quite a bit. But yeah, now he had so much time to scale his armies, so much time to collect gold, that he should actually be able to withstand quite a few sieges by Bear. Obviously, Bear scaled as well, but he's scaling slower. Inquisitor has an attack force base of 120, Bear only of 80, plus Bear's recruiting with recruit interval 2, so half the speed Inquisitor is, who's recruiting with recruit interval 1. So yeah, Inquisitor should be able to pump his men a lot faster. Still, this does not have to mean anything. Yeah, timing always will be relevant in these matchups. But yeah, ooh, Bear's joining the fight once again. Maybe the armies will be meeting on the battlefield, which actually should be a huge advantage to the Bear. We saw it in front of Saladin's walls. The swordsmen of Bear just are a lot stronger. Still, the Inquisitor swordsmen were stacked up pretty nicely, but yeah, you can see how superior these swordsmen are when they meet in a direct confrontation, and the Inquisitor's army not even touching the castle walls, but Bear actually is. And Inquisitor
Waste your men's lives. I evade you with steel and flames.
actually feels threatened by this attack. Swordsmen have the ability, you could say, since they are marching so slowly, they are only usually get a few are getting burned, since yeah, they are touching the walls and will immediately trigger these fellas. And yeah, let's see. Inquisitor, yeah, still has 40k gold, which means we will make use of another speed up and see us again in a few seconds. Huh? Great. Again, Inquisitor attacking first, but as you might have seen in the statistics, this one siege already weakened him quite a bit, since his attack yeah, was repelled basically immediately, since the armies did meet on the battlefield. He wasn't able to collect any gold and yeah, lost more than 10k gold when recruiting his army back up. Bear, obviously, how much gold did he have? I think 20 5k gold, something like that. Still, he also is draining his gold, but yeah. Still should have enough to withstand this attack if he's not deciding to leave his castle, but I don't think he has enough men recruited yet. Let's speed this up again since these swordsmen are so slow. Quite a few of them are reaching the castle walls this time since there's no army of the bear meeting them on the battlefield. Breaching the castle walls, no problem, but I think, yeah, not able to kill many of these since bear, yeah, has the advantage when stacking his troops since he's only defending. This time around, Inquisitor was able to collect a bit more gold, and yeah, now is going to stack his men back up as well. Let's increase the game speed one more time. And yeah, Bear should be leaving the castle anytime now. He also is losing quite a bit of gold, I have to admit. 520 troops now leaving the castle to attack the Inquisitor. Yeah, his attacks just are a lot more powerful. All these trebuchets, as I said, one ballista defending against them. But actually, the macemen of the Inquisitor did a great job. These are his sortie units. I think earlier I said they would be his raid troops. There you can see. The engineers are dumping the pitch immediately, burning one or two of them. But yeah, failing to burn more of them. Yeah, Bear breaching the walls. Inquisitor able to hold them off. How much did he... Oh, he did lose quite a bit of troops, actually. Also a lot of gold, yeah. Here you can see how much gold this is draining from him to get attacked once. All these hazard lights. I don't even know who mentioned this in the comments under the last free-for-all battle, but yeah, all these hazard lights once he the population gets killed, yeah, they are just costing a lot of gold, basically. I think also, although Inquisitor shouldn't take that long for him to attack again, I will cut the video at this point since the battle is taking quite a while. And again, Inquisitor opening the next fight round. 900 troops for him, and actually, Bear, how many troops does he have? 500, a bit more than 500, maybe. I think this attack might decide the battle. If Bear is deciding to leave the castle, since how many troops does he need? I think 560, something like that. Then he should attack himself. Either he'll be counter-attacking the Inquisitor or leaving the castle and getting killed. So many swordsmen, so many monks approaching the castle, but they're so slow. So yeah, not sure if Bear will have enough troops to leave the castle. And how healthy is this gatehouse? Oh, not healthy at all, actually. But a lot more are hitting this one. So again, castle walls are breached at this side. All these swordsmen have to walk around the castle. And Bear's holding them off so easily, no problem at all. And yeah, should leave his castle anytime. Yeah, immediately counterattacking the Inquisitor. And this might be the Inquisitor's end, actually. Let's have a look if he's able to withstand this powerful attack. A lot of swordsmen, no monks here.
Waste your men's lives.
And Inquisitor does not have many troops at all. The castle is breached at the front. One more engineer dumping his pitch, but to no avail. So many more swordsmen coming through and slicing through the rest of the Inquisitor's army and killing the Lord immediately.
Refers to God's love and his interminable mercy. I bid you, spare me.
Yeah, Bear is not the kind of fella who spares his enemy. He's just and strong, but also merciless. So yeah, the victory goes to Inquisitor, although, yeah, have a look at this gold counts. Saladin, Inquisitor first place, Bear second place, but more than 60k gold difference between these two lords. Yeah, negative fear factor just is a huge bonus. Also, one additional hut, one additional house for the Inquisitor, as you can see. Still, troop quality matters in this case. Bear pretty easily able to achieve this victory. 2 kills for him, 1 for the Inquisitor. Still a good fight by this old fella. His siege turrets weren't working for some reason. They are always difficult to deal with for our eyes, at least. Troops produced, yeah. Inquisitor far ahead of Saladin. And yeah, apart from that, no surprises in these numbers. Yeah, this was the last English casted battle for me. At some point I realized that casting in German just is a lot more fun for me. Obviously it's easier, I think that's no surprise, but it also is a lot more fun when I'm not searching for words and stuff. So yeah, at least for quite some time, this will have been the last battle I casted in English. Still, I think these 4 free-for-all battles should provide quite a few of additional informations you might not have known to this point. So I hope it helped you, the few English-speaking folks in my subscribers, to understand my AIs, understand my mod pack, and yeah. Apart from that, I obviously hoped you had fun. For me, it was again an inner flower picking, and maybe see you next time.